What's going on, everybody? David here. Today, we're going to talk about Trump's press conference. He just had a press conference earlier today. And is he interested in any direct payments? That's what we're going to find out. But first off, on this channel, we talk about personal finance and traveling on a budget. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell notification so you can get future updates on my videos. Okay, so Trump earlier today, he had a press conference and he was asked the question, actually a reporter asked him the question about direct payments. Are you good with direct payments? And so I thought it was interesting, his response. We're going to go over his response. I'm actually going to break it up into two little parts because he talks about the direct payments and then he also talks about transitions. So I want to look into both of those things. I think they're very, very important when it comes down to this whole situation. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Mr. President, what are your thoughts about a second round of direct payments to Americans that's included in the House Democratic bill?
Well, we're talking about that with a lot of different people. I want to see a payroll tax cut. I want to see various things that we want. I want the workers to be taken care of. But we are talking about that. We're negotiating with the Democrats. We'll see what happens.
So we see him say, we're talking about that with many different people. And then he goes to his demands. So we're talking about the direct payments and this is what I want. So in order for you to get this is what I want. Now, will he get everything that he wants? He starts talking about the payroll tax cuts and all that. But what's really important here is that you see he's saying, yes, we're talking about it, but this is what I want. We're talking about it, but this is what I want. We're talking about it, but this is what I want. So it will be a part of the package. And I said this back, if you look at my video back, April 23rd, I put out a video about the second stimulus check. Will we be getting it? And I said there, yes, we will be getting a second stimulus check. There's the way that everything is set up right now with the elections and the crisis that we're going through right now, they can't say no. President Trump knows he cannot say no to a stimulus check. So because he knows he can't say no to the stimulus check, he's going to try to pull in some of this other stuff. He has to play the role, though, that he's not really into it. He's not against it, but he's not really into it. It'll be one of those things that he'll just have to grin and bear it. But the reality is he really wants it. He really wants it. And the fact is, if he gets it, now he can sign his name to another check, send it out to the American people right before an election. And hopefully those people will remember, oh, yeah, it's Trump that got me the money. And even though it's Congress who votes on the bill and sends it to him and then he signs on it. So it's the government that's actually sending you the money. It's not him. But not everyone knows that. And some people think, okay, the check is coming directly from the president. He's trying to help us out. And so that's who I'm going to vote for. So he wants it, but he can't say that he wants it too much. It's like when you want a car. You don't let the salesperson know that you really, really want that car. You kind of, you play it slow. You say, yeah, I could use this. I don't like this. I don't like that. But, maybe I'll have to deal with it to get the car, but you have to bring the price down. So it's all a part of the negotiation. So he's already told us, yes, I am okay with the stimulus check. And another thing about Trump is he never really said he was adamantly against it. So we knew he was on board. Trump he wears his heart on his sleeve. So any type of situation comes up, he's going to tweet about it. If he's upset with direct payments, he's going to tweet about it. So this is one of those deals where he wanted it, but he couldn't just put it out there to everyone because then he loses that leverage. He can't use that as, okay, well, I'll be okay with stimulus checks. I know Democrats want stimulus checks. I'll be okay with stimulus checks if you let me get payroll tax cut. If you let me get this, you let me get that. So that was just a part of his whole plan. However, the good part about this is the Senate. So now the Senate, the senators, some of the Republicans that were really against the stimulus checks, and there are a few, they can now look at this and say, okay, we can be on board. The president is pretty much saying that we're negotiating it. It is a part of the negotiation. So we can be on board and we can kind of relax a little bit and kind of move forward with this bill and try to get what we want out of the bill and then still allow the stimulus checks to come in. Now I want to play the second part of this video.
But as I said, it's a transition and this is really going to be, in my opinion, we'll see. But I think it's going to be something that's going to be very special. It's a transition to greatness. And greatness is next year, right from the beginning. I think we're going to do fantastically well. I view the third quarter, as I said, as a transition quarter. Could be pretty good, but a transition quarter. Toward the end of the fourth quarter, you're going to see some numbers that are going to be tremendous, I think. And next year, you're going to have potentially the kind of numbers that you saw before and maybe even better, because there is that pent-up demand that is, a lot of people wanted to do things, they were ready to do things, and they've had to hold back because of the virus. So I think you're going to have, with that pent-up demand, a phenomenal year next year, unless somebody messes it up by coming along and raising taxes, doubling, tripling, quadrupling your taxes, like a certain party, namely the Democrats, want to do. You'll mess it all up. We had the greatest in the world. I presided, this administration presided over it. It got great for a reason, and we'll do it again, and we'll do it again very quickly and very easily. I see that happening.
So right here, he's in campaign mode. So he's talking about the transition. What I thought was important is the third quarter. So he's saying that your transition in the third quarter, it might be great, but we'll have to see. And basically that right there shows you that one stimulus check is not enough. Maybe two stimulus checks, it might be enough, but you might even see more than that, only because this transition period is going to last for a while. So we're still going to be going through some tough times until he's basically saying until the fourth quarter, it will start picking up, which it probably will because of the holidays, because of Christmas. People are going to be spending a little bit more money. I'm still thinking they want to control this and not just put out a bill that says, okay, you're going to get $2,000 for the first month and then $1,000 after that for every month after that. I still think the Democrats are probably going to fight for that, but I still think it's going to be one of those deals where you get one solid, maybe $2,000 and then renegotiate for more money. And I know dealing with the Congress is kind of tough to do that, but as we get closer and closer to the election, it's going to be harder and harder for politicians to say no to stimulus checks. So you still have that leverage. So even if you do one more stimulus check for $2,000 and then in a couple months you renegotiate for another whatever amount. So that might still work because you're getting close to an election. And so people are not going to want to go against giving the Americans money. So we'll see. I don't know if they're going to do that monthly thing still. I think it probably will be one installment and then look at it in a couple months to see where we are when it comes to our financial situations and then move from there. That's probably what will be agreed on. But then you saw that he really went into campaign mode after that and started just talking about the Democrats want to raise your taxes. And, that's the common talking point. So what he's saying is vote for me in November because next year, we're going to be doing really well, and we don't want to have to raise taxes, and I'm not going to raise taxes on you, but the Democrats will raise taxes on you if we elect a Democrat for president, and then we have a House run by Democrats, and God knows we could have a Senate run by Democrats as well. So that's pretty much what he's saying there. That's campaign mode. If you do that, then your taxes are going to get raised. So that I just wanted to talk about that today and just put that out there. Now, I already, like I said, back April 23rd, I told you the president cannot say no to this, and he knows that he can't say no to it, but he is trying to negotiate and trying to figure out the best options, the best things that he can put in there so people can get stimulus checks as well as some of the other things. You saw he said having money for workers, essential workers and things like that. And that's always been a push too by the Democrats. So you see they're working on things, and I'm hoping that the House will be able to put something together and then get that voted on by the end of this week, and then hopefully get it over to the Senate so the Senate can vote on it and get it to the president. And that way hopefully in June, we'll be able to start seeing something, maybe some more stimulus checks. And we still need to talk about funding for state and local government. So I'm hoping that once this all goes through, the money can go out to the state and local government so they can take care of their problems when it comes to the crisis, and then people can get their stimulus checks, and then everyone can start working on getting into that transition and getting us back to the new normal. And I'm going to call it the new normal. We're not going back to the old way of doing things. Things are going to change. And I know people will say, oh, well, once we have a vaccine, then we'll be fine. Once we have a vaccine, things are still going to change, because what about COVID-20 and COVID-22 or whatever? We're always going to be looking at this now because this has affected the whole world. So you're always going to see this in the back of your head. You're always going to be thinking, okay, I need to plan for this kind of stuff because we didn't plan for it before. So now we're going to be planning for it. We're going to have restaurants that look different. We're going to be flying in different ways. We might even have airplanes in the future that look totally different when it comes to the seating arrangements. So there's a lot of things that are going to be changing when it comes to this whole thing. And that's because of the situation that we're in right now. So I want to know what you guys think, though. Please let me know down below. If you watch this video, let me know what you think. Do you think that I was on the right track or on the wrong track? Let me know down below. And also SSI recipients, you should be receiving your check. So let us know down below. May 13th is the date that you should receive it. So if you guys receive it, let me know. That way I can let everybody else know that the checks are starting to come through. And if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.